Hi guys, it's Revi again, and today I'm deciding to do another rant, because why not? I guess maybe it's a rant, or it's not a rant, I don't really know, and I don't really care what it is. I don't have a script for this, so I'll just say things as they come to my mind, I guess. But this is probably not going to be on any one topic, because I don't have anything in mind. So, sorry if my voice sounds a little bit shaky. I was crying for a bit, but I'm fine, I guess. Now, there's a lot of things that I could talk about. I could talk about my anxiety, my depression, I could talk about the fact that I have PTSD, and the fact that I have a lot of fucking problems, but for right now, I guess I could start talking about my anxiety, I guess, because that's probably the worst of it all. Because I have such a problem, like, going outside. Like, it's, like, so bad to the point where it takes so much power to, like, go out and hang out with friends. Like, I went to the mall with one of my friends the other day, and we both have anxiety. I'm not sure if hers is worse than mine or not, but we both have anxiety, so it was kind of hard when we went to go and get some food while we were there, because I just, like, it took a while, like, because she ordered her food first, so I ate with her, and I was going downstairs to, like, the other level of the mall to get some different food, and I was, like, readying myself, I guess, to just go and get the food, because I, like, it sounds kind of dumb, but whenever I want to go up to just, I don't know, get some food or just talk to somebody new in general, I feel like I might have a panic attack right then and there, because I feel like somehow I'm going to mess it up, and that everybody's going to just laugh at me, and it makes it really hard to, just do simple tasks such as going outside and getting the mail, or even just talking to a new person. I remember when I was living in a townhouse, because I live in a house now, but I was living in a townhouse a few months ago before my family moved out, and I remember we had to go to this office to get the mail, and my mom would always ask me to get the mail whenever I knew a package that I ordered was there, but the thing was, I just couldn't bring myself to do it, because, like I said, I was afraid that somehow I was going to mess it all up and people would laugh at me, and I would just break down right then and there. And it's not fun, because in the back of my head, I feel like every little mistake that I make is gonna end up terrible. And that no matter what I do, it's going to just have a bad outcome. And that nothing is going to turn out well for me. And just talking to people, making new friends. I don't really have a lot of friends because I don't go to school anymore, because my anxiety and my depression were super bad. So my mom put me in online school, and that's what I'm doing now. And I've kind of always isolated myself from other people, but it's gotten a lot worse since I've gotten out of normal school and went to online school, because I don't talk with people. Like, I don't go face to face with people normally and just talk with them. And I guess usually can't bring myself to do it because I don't want to make a fool of myself in front of everybody. And like, yeah, everybody has some anxiety about these things, but it's a lot worse for me. And I go to therapy, and I recently went to a psychologist because I was scared that I might have manic depression, which I don't. It turned out to be something different, but I'll talk about that in a minute. He said it's more likely to be mood swings than manic depression, but that should not be off the table because it does kind of run in my family, but that's not important right now. I forgot what I was talking about. Like, I don't remember it all. That's another thing. My memory is terrible. I'm doing something for a minute and I totally forget what I was talking about. Also, sorry for the long pauses. I'm sort of just trying to keep myself together and stay quiet because I don't want anybody to come into my room and stop me from what I'm doing. Like, I don't want to have to pause the recording because I don't want to forget what I'm doing, since I forget what I'm doing a lot of the time. What was I talking about? Hold on, I don't remember. I gotta think for a minute. Also, I'm sniffling a lot because I'm having a hard time right now, but I'll be fine, probably. I guess maybe this is less of a rant and more of a vent, but either way, I think it's important that I talk about this because it does explain some of my behavior. I don't think most people would notice them unless they are at least a mutual friend, because I don't talk about my problems very much with people. Because, a lot of them are painful to talk about, but I need to talk about them so I can get over them and let go. And that's the other thing, is that I recently went to see a psychiatrist because, like I said earlier, of having the scare of manic depression, but it's more likely to be mood swings. But I went, and technically, I guess technically it wasn't an official diagnosis, but he told me that I meet the criteria for PTSD because after talking to both my therapist and my psychiatrist, I've had a lot of traumatic events in my past, and there's a lot of them that I can't talk about with just everybody, especially if I don't know them or I don't trust them. So, only like a few people know about things that have happened to me, but there is, I guess, maybe one thing that I could say, and that's that my father was a very verbally abusive person, and I don't see him anymore, thank God, but when I was with him, because my parents had gotten divorced, they had shared custody, and so maybe 1 week I would spend with my mom, and the other I would be with my biological father. And of course, he remarried to a new person, and that person was a fucking piece of shit, and I hope she dies. Because she really kind of broke me down, along with my dad. She was a lot worse than my dad was, I feel like. But they were both pretty shitty. My dad, he would constantly put me down for my mistakes, and overall just kind of make me feel like I wasn't worth the effort. Like, I was yelled at, I was insulted, I was ganged up on, I was teased, I was constantly blamed, and for things that weren't even my fault. And even my brother joined in with them because I guess he didn't want to. He didn't want to be picked on, I guess, but he still was, just like I was. And I don't usually talk about these problems either, because I know that some of my problems aren't as bad as everybody else's. And so I just feel like I need to stop complaining and get over it. Sorry, I'm crying right now. I'm just trying to keep my composure because I am recording, which I need to keep my composure. Alright. And the things they have told me have sort of put my mind in a state where no matter what anybody says about me, no matter what people try and convince me that I have some sort of worth, I do not believe them, because for years of my life I have been told that I am not worth it. Of course, I know my dad was just a piece of shit and was trying to make my life miserable, but it doesn't change the fact that those ideas have been drilled into my mind, and I am not changing how I think about that now. Because when I was younger, I didn't tell people that he was hurting me this bad, because I just thought it was normal. He had been doing it for basically the whole time that I had him in my life, and I didn't know any better. I just thought it was normal discipline, and that I deserved it. That what was happening to me and my brother was perfectly fine, and that I was fine, even though I wasn't. And even back then, it's when my depression really kind of started up for me. And I'm not sure if you can tell, you probably can, but I am crying right now. I am just keeping my composure, because, again, I am recording this because it is something that I need to talk about. I remember I had always sort of been a little bit depressed, but it wasn't nearly as bad until I finally moved away from my father, and I moved to a new state. It all got really bad in 6th grade, and I remember, especially school, because that wasn't helping. I remember it was the worst in the winter when it wasn't sunny and there was a lot of clouds and it was very dark. Sort of like seasonal affective disorder, but I do not have that, so it was just very bad in the winter time. And I was so depressed that sometimes it would last for weeks. I was depressed every day, but it was sometimes just so bad that I couldn't even get up. And sometimes I couldn't feed myself or sleep because it made me physically tired. I was exhausted all the time, and I couldn't get myself out of bed in the morning. And I remember it was so bad to the point where I did end up hurting myself. But I haven't done it since then. I'm still depressed basically every day, but it's not nearly as bad as it was then. It does sometimes get so bad to the point where I don't sleep at night. Maybe I sleep an hour in the day and then I wake up and I sort of just go on with my day, get my schoolwork done, and I sort of just sit at my computer and do whatever I feel like doing. And yeah, I'm a teen, I have hormones, but it's not normal to just absolutely hate yourself and be suicidal a lot of the time. Because yes, I am suicidal, and a lot of the times I just wish I could fucking jump off a cliff. And I have thought about it quite a lot in the past, and I have never attempted suicide before, so I don't think I ever will. I was very close to at one point, but I didn't do it. I'm not going to get into full detail about that, but it was part of it. Sorry, I'm kind of losing my thoughts here, but I stopped crying. I think I'm alright now, but I have a hard time talking about events of my past. I mean, even thinking about them, I have had panic attacks. And I don't like being touched because of certain things that have happened to me. Because I associate touch with something bad. I'm currently seeing a therapist to help me cope. I'm not taking any medication because my PTSD is moderate, but or at least it's probably moderate. But the thing is, I don't know if I want to take medication or not for my problems, because my mind, I guess, is weak, but it's also strong, if that makes any sense. Strong in the sense that I won't do anything to myself. Like I won't try to kill myself, or I won't destroy my body because of how I'm feeling. Yes, it gets very bad, and yes, it makes living absolutely fucking terrible sometimes, but I don't know if I should take medication because it's not going to solve the problem. It's only going to help balance the chemicals in my brain. And I guess, oh, sorry. I got heart palpitations there for a second, but the thing is, I can't just take medication and hope that it'll fix what's wrong with me, because you know what? It's not gonna fix what's wrong with me. It'll only try and help as I deal with the problem, and I am the one who fucking fixes it myself. Because it's my problem and I need to get through it. And speaking of earlier about suicide, I probably won't ever try suicide unless I am completely alone in the world. And I'm not. I have people around me who care, and that's probably the only reason why I haven't ended my own life. Because people care about me. At least I think they do. But even if it's all just an illusion that people care, it's the thing that keeps me alive. So if it is all fake, well, I might as well keep faking that it's real. Because people don't want me dead, I guess. And I see no point in living. I really don't, but I still do, because I don't know. I don't have a reason to, because all life is meaningless and has no importance. But I guess if you see a purpose to life, well, good for you. That's nice. At least you have something good going for you. But I don't. Again, I think that all my problems are not very big and that I'm just overreacting and that I need to stop being such a big crybaby and that I just need to get the fuck over it, because eventually I will find a way to cope and it won't be as bad. Of course the memories are still going to be painful. It's never going to stop being painful for me because my childhood was completely and utterly fucked and my innocence was taken away when I was like 8 years old. So it's not like I'm going to be getting that back. Because once it's gone, it's never coming back. You're never getting that part of yourself back. And I hate it when people say they understand how I feel, or they try and sympathize, or get pity on me, because you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you have pity on me. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. It just annoys me. I don't fucking care if you're pitying me or sympathizing me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want your pity. I really don't. And I have a hard time connecting with people and empathizing. And if I told people that I didn't care about their problems, because sometimes I just don't, because I don't empathize with people. I don't feel guilt. I don't feel sad. Sometimes I'll feel a little bit bad if someone's problems are extreme enough, but if you are feeling down and I don't know you that well, even if I do, I might not empathize. Because my view on the world has been completely ruined. My life has been a lie, I guess. And everything that I know is completely destroyed. Because life wasn't perfect to begin with. But it was only made worse because of certain people in my life who thought it would be completely funny if they would try their best to make my life a living hell and curse me with these memories that keep flooding back so painfully that I can never get my mind off of them. And it's the only thing I think about. It is extremely hard to live my life. And if you think that there is something so wrong about the way that I think, well, you know what? You can go and fuck yourself, because it's not your problem, it's my problem. And I don't think you should concern yourself with my problems. They're mine. And I don't think you quite understand how I feel on a daily basis. Because for me, every single day is so painful that sometimes I just wish that I could end my fucking life, but I won't. I won't kill myself because I don't have a reason to. Even though life is completely and utterly meaningless, we all just die without a meaning, no matter what job you have or what you do for the world, your life has no meaning. I won't end my life because I don't have a good reason to, and I haven't found one. Unless I am completely and utterly alone, or in such horrible pain that I cannot stand it anymore, then yes, I will end my life. But for now, I won't, because everything is going to be fine if I work it out. Again, like I said, I don't have a script, so if I was talking about something and I forgot, well, I forgot. My memory is shit. I don't have a good sleeping schedule. My diet is horrible. And I forget so many things. It's not even funny. I was talking to a friend earlier about something, and I remember I was drawing, but I forgot what I was doing at that moment. And it's so bad because my short-term memory is garbage. Like, I just don't remember things that well. I don't know why that is, but I'm just going to assume it has something to do with my fucked up brain. Because even though I have finally been told what's wrong with me, it doesn't help because I'm still in the dark about a lot of things, especially why it's so hard to do certain tasks, but I'm gonna work through it. I just need time to actually do that. I don't know what else to really say. I guess maybe I could talk more about my PTSD, though I'm not sure what I said because I, already fucking forgotten. Probably why I should write a script, but I won't because I don't feel like it. I guess I could hint at some of the things that have happened to me, but a lot of them are graphic and I don't think talking about them is good. But one of them involved my stepsister, the other one involved my brother, and my father, of course. And then there was one with this girl that I don't remember her name, but she was my friend at one point. And I have a problem with being touched. And no, I'm still a virgin. I wasn't raped. Don't worry about that. I haven't been raped before or anything like that. But I've had bad experiences with being touched, is all I'm going to say. I don't really have anything else to say for this vent rant thing, but please, if you have some sort of common sense in your mind, then you will not leave pity comments, and you won't try and say that you understand how I feel, because you know what? You don't understand how I feel completely. You never will, because guess what? You aren't me. So you know what? You do not understand how I feel. And if I see any comments that are pity related or saying that they understand how I feel, well, I'm just gonna delete them like I did on my last vent, because I don't want to see them, because it just makes me so fucking mad. And I am not dealing with that, because my anger is already bad enough, and I lash out at people, and I don't think I need that right now. But whatever. If you even listened to this video, thank you for making it all the way through.